So what's going on, guys? It's ofspeakboxing. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel before you click on to any of the videos. Also comment below in the comment section if you guys have any opinions on what I'm saying in any of the videos. Like always, it is appreciated if you guys could drop me a quick sub or two on my channel. So David Price gets knocked out by Alexander Povetkin in 5 rounds, and this was a brutal knockout. Like, what a blood clot. David Price got lit up with that left hook. Like, that licked off his head top. Like, Jesus Christ, even for David Price standards, like, David Price has been dropped badly, he's been chinned in fights, but this was a bad knockout, and the fight was quite entertaining up until the stoppage. Like, both men came out pretty cautious, respectful of each other's power and stuff like that, but it was evident straight away that Alexander Povetkin was the quicker man, but that was expected, and he was letting off combinations earlier on David Price. He was investing to the body, trying to slow David Price down, because I think he knew that David Price has a very crap engine, so Alexander Povetkin was trying to break it down as quick as he could. And we got to the 3rd round, and Alexander Povetkin dropped David Price with a huge shot that knocked David Price straight down. And David Price, he was hurt, but he was angry at the same time. He banged down on the canvas in frustration that he got knocked down again in his career. But he got up, he didn't panic like he usually does, David Price. He got up and he just got back to what he was doing before. And in the end of the 3rd round, David Price managed to hit Alexander Povetkin with a shot that seemed to stun Alexander Povetkin a little bit. He fell back into the ropes, like he went across the ring. Like, I think it was a mix of a balance thing, and he was a little bit stunned. But the referee gave it a standing 8 count, so Price managed to knock down Alexander Povetkin. He got a standing 8 count. And in the 4th round, David Price seemed to get a little bit tired, you know what I mean? He started to slow down a little bit in the fight. I think the pace was starting to get to David Price a little bit again. But Alexander Povetkin, he didn't really look the freshest in there either. And then we got to the 5th round, and Alexander Povetkin hit David Price with a right over the top that froze him. Like, David Price was frozen from that right over the top, and Alexander Povetkin followed it up with a massive left hook. David Price, he had no hands up at all, he was just frozen. Alexander Povetkin hit him straight on the button, and you know what happened then. David Price fell down like a big tree in the big woods, you know what I mean? Like, for fuck's sake, David Price, I just feel so bad for the guy. Like, the guy's just tried over and over again, but every time he steps up, he just doesn't get there, you know what I mean? He's just not at that level, and he probably never will be. So where does he go from here? Does he go back down to British level? Does he decide to retire? If I was David Price, you know what I mean, would I want to carry on after getting brutally knocked out like that? Like, this can't be good for his health. This is like the 3rd, 4th time he's been banged out like this, David Price. 4th time of his career he's been badly hurt. And I just think he might call it a day, because is it worth going through all of this again? Like, has he got it in him to just get rid of these mental scars? I don't think he'll ever be able to get rid of these mental scars. So I don't really see David Price ever getting to the level he expected to be, well, what he expected to be. So it's up to him what he does with his career. If he wants to carry on, then that's all good for him, because at the end of the day, he had nothing really to lose in this fight, because we all expected him to lose. And obviously, if he did lose, in which he did, he just goes back to the level he was at before and rebuild. But if he would have won, it would have really turned his career on his head, but it wasn't meant to be, and David Price gets knocked out in the 5th round by Alexander Povetkin. So comment below in the comment section. It's JM, it's ofspeakboxing.